What's up everyone, welcome back. Today's video we're going to be doing a little tutorial on another feature on the new crypto app on the platform. This time it's going to be the backtesting bot. Now for any of you guys that are kind of new to trading, new to investing, obviously one thing that you're going to be curious about and want to know is like, okay, when do I make trades, when do I buy, when do I sell, what is it on the chart that tells you to do that, and that's where technical analysis comes in. Now, what tells you when to buy and when to sell is basically your trading strategy that you're going to come up with, one that you're going to decide that you like the best, and this can be based on certain trading indicators, or it can be on chart patterns or candlestick patterns, and these kind of things are all kind of different trading strategies that people have that tell them when to buy and when to sell on the charts. Now, before you go in and start trading with your strategy, it's always important that you test these strategies before you start using them, and that's where backtesting can come in very important. So before you actually go using your own real money in using a certain trading strategy, it's important to backtest, and that way you can test your strategy on previous price action, and then you can know the success rate of that strategy. So therefore, if your strategy is more than 50% success rate, and you have like a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, then you know that trading strategy is then profitable, and then you can go start using your own money. And yeah, so basically what News Crypto have, they have a backtesting bot. So they have a bot that goes back to previous price action and tests certain patterns and candlestick stuff for you over certain amounts of time, so you can see how successful those strategies were during a given time period. So usually when you have your own strategy and you have to go and do this manually yourself, say for example you decide that you really like the double bottom chart pattern, and you decide that you want to backtest this to see how it works on previous price action on certain coins, maybe it would BTC for example, that's chosen here, or I could even choose another one like ETH for example. Now what you would have to do, and then you would obviously choose your time frame as well. There's a lot of different variables that you've got to choose when you're writing yourself out a trading strategy. So what you would then have to do is you would then have to open up your trading view on the 1 hour chart, and you would have to go back in price action and try and find where these double bottoms occur, and then see if that would have been a successful trade or not. So for example, I can see here we kind of got a little bit of double top, maybe it's a little bit too much of a gap between the two. So yeah, what you'd have to do is you'd have to go back in to previous price action, and you'd have to find where these patterns occurred. So even though we were looking for double bottoms here, we can see a little bit of a double top, and then we'd do that double top and we'd see if it was profitable. And as you can see, the second little pump here, it didn't quite go as high as the first one, and then from there it came back down, and that would have been a nice sell. And you just have to keep going back, and it's a lot of like manual labor, it takes time to find the pattern, to identify it, and then you'd have to open like an Excel spreadsheet, and you'd have to keep noting down all of these patterns, and you see if they win or they lost and that kind of stuff, and it can be time consuming. I used to do it myself, and I can tell you now it's really time consuming. So to have some sort of bot that kind of does this automatically for you, and you can see so for example on Ethereum over the last 14 days on a 1 hour time frame, double bottoms came out of a 100% success rate from one pattern that occurred. Now if you were got obviously to go into a lower time frame, you'd probably see more of these patterns pulling out, because and you can see here it was a 66% rate, and then you can go back into different weeks in the past price action, and you can see the success rates that this pattern gave over periods of time. And then for example you want to see how that then worked on Cardano, You could look at it there, and there's all the different patterns. You can head and shoulder, descending triangle, double top, and descending triangle. So far they've got available. So if you are somebody that has certain trading strategies, and especially if head and shoulders, or descending triangles, double tops and double bottoms is a part of your strategy that you're using at the minute to make trades, then this backtesting bot is definitely something that can come in useful, rather than spending hours going back and testing previous price action. You can just do it straight away with this bot, and you can see, okay, over the last 14 days, the success rate was this, and during this week when the market dumped, the success rate was this, and so on and so forth. It's just a really cool tool that they've got on here that I liked, and wanted to kind of show you guys, what it's about and how it works. Now, another little cool thing they have got as well, when you go into the school section of News Crypto here, there's tons of information into the Academy section, sorry. There's tons of information on basically all the basics that you need in terms of technical analysis and fundamental analysis, all the stuff that beginners need to know. So if you're somebody who is a beginner, and okay, you've understood that once you have a trading strategy, that it's important to backtest it, but you don't kind of understand what all these things mean, like you don't even understand what all these chart patterns mean. If you go into the Academy, or you can just click here, then in the Academy and chart section, you can learn all about it. So from a technical analysis point of view, the most important things really when you're looking at a chart, I would say, the initial one is support and resistances, right? So that's some of the technical analysis that charts you tend to respect a lot. If something is like a strong resistance zone or a strong support zone, then that's really important. Also, price action trends, whether something's in a bullish trend or bearish trend or ranging trend or whatever, is something that you really need to learn as well. After that, you have chart patterns. So let's kind of go in there and see what it says. So you got all the information that kind of you need. It explains it to a lot of detail. This is like an uptrend, a bullish trend here, obviously a bearish trend, and using lines to kind of show that. And then kind of each section as well has little test your knowledge sections here. They have questions you can answer them to kind of to know if you kind of understood it or not, basically, which is really useful as well, because you read something and the best thing you can do to know that you understand that is take a test. So yeah, it really goes into detail about the support and resistance as well. So for any of you new guys, I can remember years ago when I was learning this stuff, like I would have to search for one YouTube video and then search for another YouTube video. It's kind of hard to get everything you need all in one place, but these guys really have got everything that you kind of need in one place. And so it talks about the support and resistances, like I was saying before. In the chart patterns as well, goes into all the important ones like I was talking about before, the double bottom, and all the detail you need, double tops, and then even goes into the candlestick patterns as well. So yeah, I'd say they are really the four things that you really need to understand when it comes to technical analysis is trends, support and resistance, chart patterns, and candlestick patterns, and they're really the four you need to know. And this goes into quite a lot of detail and all the really important ones, which is great for new beginners really. So if you are a beginner, you come over to this academy, you can learn everything that you need to know about technical analysis, and then therefore you can go off and decide, okay, well, I kind of like double bottoms or whatever, and then you can create your own trading strategy around that, and then you can use the backtesting bot to then test whether your strategy works on a certain coin over a certain time period. And so yeah, so I think that's everything covered on that today. So I'll make a new video soon on another one of the features. But until then, until next time, bye.